I've picked up on a pattern over the past several months, and it has to do with emotional thinking and rational thinking. And the pattern that I've picked up on is I've changed my beliefs recently, and I've had these discussions with close friends and family members. And the pattern is I state a belief, I tell them the reasons I have this new belief, and the response is anger and a desire not to hear any more of my reasons. And I couldn't figure this out. I didn't understand why I kept getting this anger response, and I tried different approaches. I tried being more subtle, I tried being more direct, I tried, beating around the bush a little more or starting on common ground, but the end result is always the same. When I establish my belief and the reasons I hold it, the response I get is anger and a desire to not hear from me anymore. And I think I figured out why that is. And why I think that is because of emotional thought and emotional belief systems versus rational thought and rational beliefs. So when somebody who is rational comes and talks to somebody whose entire belief system is based on how they feel, what happens is they explain their reasons, and the person on the other side of the table, I guess, doesn't have any reasons for their beliefs that match up to the reasons that I'm sharing with them. And what that does is it cuts their identity. They see it as an attack on their identity. They see it as, I'm attacking you with this belief system. And so then they're presented with a decision, and the decision is change their identity, which means change and improve and be open to changing everything they believe, or responding in the same manner that they came to those beliefs, and that's with emotion, and that manifests as anger and a desire to silence the person who is giving these reasons that are cutting them to the very center. And if you think about it, this is exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk. He was excellent at sharing ideas and then establishing through logic the reasons for those ideas. And most of his ideas were extremely logically sound, and there was no real argument against them. And so when you run out of arguments, or you don't have an argument against them and you don't want to change your belief system, the only option you have left is to respond with anger and to try to silence the other party. And so my invitation to you is to look, are your beliefs based on emotion, or are they based on rational thought? I'd like you to think about that, and if they're based on emotion, I invite you to change.